I'm reviewing Made of Breath Only by Sleep Makes Waves. Sleep Makes Waves are one of those bands that manage to convey a feeling or emotion without actually using lyrics. Made of Breath Only is the post-rock band's third album and the follow-up to 2014's ARIA-nominated Love of Cartography. As with that record, the 10 instrumental songs here are like soundtracks to imaginary films. Unlike that record, this is a dark affair. Influenced by the breakdown of relationships and the passing of family members, the four-piece drew on the imagery of the Arctic and Antarctica while crafting the record, places that, like the music here, are beautiful but foreboding. The ARIA nomination may have been in the best hard rock heavy metal category, but to put the Sydney outfit in that genre doesn't quite tell the whole story. Sure, they put their distortion pedals to good use and often, but usually after they've traversed myriad moods and atmospheres and built to a point where they need, to quote Spinal Tap, to take things to 11. It's not a case of dissecting single tracks here. You could talk about the beautiful icy piano of the title track or the mind-boggling prog rock of 10-minute epic The Edge of Everything. But ultimately, Made of Breath Only is an album to be admired as a whole. It's progressive and technical, but Sleep Makes Waves never lose sight of the fact they're writing actual songs. And that's what makes Made of Breath Only such a great record. All right, did this take anyone's breath away? To quote Berlin?
Where do you go with that? I found this, their nomination for Best Hard Rock actually did trigger in me the thought as I was listening to this album that I like them best when they're being heavy. Mm-hmm. There are times in this record where it seems like I like this kind of stuff. I like the post-rock, big, grand explosions of things, explosions in the sky, or Sigur Rós, or Mogwai. But I found them much more interesting when they got dirty and crunchy and powerful. And the rest of the time it was nice. And then I was waiting for the big moment. I feel like I preferred them when they made waves rather than sleep.
Right.
They have to choose one.
You're criticising his segue? Come on.
There was some moments that it kind of sounded like they were like an instrumental version of, say, Creed or something. There was a couple of bits. I know there's a song called Too Light and Then Return, which is there was bits in it that I'm going. I'm expecting like the emotional Scott Stapp voice over the top of it.
You shouldn't have been.
I'm sorry. I love the album. I loved it, but there was some bits where there was another song that, toward the end that it maybe The Edge of Everything, maybe right in the middle, where it sounded a little bit like they were it was like a groove clinic at a music store, because they're so good at locking into these grooves, and they go for ages. It's 10-minute songs on the album. That it was a little bit like you're watching a YouTube video of someone showing off their cool toms and cymbals.
Yeah.
But so that's better than the Creed thing, I think. But on the whole, I love being made to feel emotions without any lyrics. It's something that a lot of the time people wait for the lyrics to give the emotional weight, and I remember watching Decoder Ring, which I got vibes of Decoder Ring in this, maybe because I don't listen to that much instrumental music, and I could close my eyes to some of these songs and feel the light show that would be along with this, which I thought was great.
You see, I had kind of the opposite feeling about when I listened to it, as in I could not imagine watching this on stage. I couldn't.
Oh, live they're like really energetic.
I just don't know if it would compel me. I really enjoyed listening to it, but in a really sort of like, this is lovely. This is just lovely.
It's very uplifting,
yeah,
isn't it?
This is just taking me to nice places. It's kind of like when I listen to classical music or something. It has that real sort of, as you say, there's loads of emotion in it, but it's not something that I feel like I would be able to be compelled to watch, if it was on stage.
I haven't seen them live, but after the show, I'm going to see them play.
Me too.
And I'm curious to how it compares with Explosions in the Sky, who I saw recently, who were fantastic and much more exciting than they are on record. And they provided a real focal point on stage. One or two of them were just the way that they engaged with the music that they were playing. So I think, unlike you, I actually can picture seeing this live, but I'm hoping that they bring some other element to it, because otherwise I will be closing my eyes and waiting for the trip to kick in.
I think the one thing I liked about this album is I think when it comes to post-rock, bands like Explosions in the Sky and Mono, they cast a really big shadow, and it's very hard to be one of those bands and not sound like one of those bigger acts. And I think with this record, Sleep Makes Waves have managed to actually not sound like those bands.
Yep.
They've kind of managed to be Sleep Makes Waves, which I think is a big achievement, and I give the record 4 stars.